always, you know what it is. We're gonna go straight in. This is something I actually enjoy talking about. It's balancing your light and your dark. Your light, let your light shine. The light we have inside of us. You can see people shine bright in the crowd. You can see people shine bright by themselves. The light inside of us is just a reminder. When we see someone that's shining bright, it's just a reminder that we have that ability too, to shine bright in the things that we enjoy and we want to be a part of. When you go through life and you have many spiritual awakenings, to realize that you have to start healing your trauma, to realize that you have to start rearranging and dismantling your belief system, to not have yourself held back by things that no longer serve you, or ideas and ways of living that no longer serve you. And once you start becoming more yourself, you're just automatically going to run into more resistance and darkness. And this is because you are growing your light, and there has to be equal. It has to be equal, There's a saying, I carry stones in my ball of light. It's very true. Heavy weighs the head that wears the crown. These are sayings for a reason. It's not just thrown around for no reason. When you get to the point that you can shine your light so bright, you have a lot of darkness that comes with it. It's natural, because you're learning, because it's a different type of understanding and understanding when you can see a person and understand the multi-dimensions of how they are, and not justifying what they're doing or their behavior or anything, but your darkness will help allow you to understand why they choose to do what they do. So really, it just comes back to you having a more wholesome understanding of your life and your surroundings around you. But balancing your light and your dark can be very difficult at times. You can have gone through a lot of darkness, and when you've gone through a lot of darkness, it can still bother you sometimes. And that's when you're gonna have to go into grounding. Grounding is an amazing thing when you're feeling too overwhelmed or anything like that. Grounding is a good way to release, all that energy goes back into the ground, literally. Just understanding just, how to manage it. It's gonna take time to deal with your darkness. Your darkness will be things that come up in different points in time and affect you. And it's not to say that you're not healed. You've just been through a lot. It's not to say that you're a damaged person or a toxic person. You've just been through a lot. And like I said, that comes with a lot of experience, But balancing your light and your darkness is definitely something that is more of a skill, because you have to realize when you're starting to fall into that loop again. You have to realize when your darkness is starting to just take over, and you just have to really just make sure to take care of yourself. Do what makes you feel best in those moments that you feel down. No one can love you like you love yourself. No one can treat you like you treat yourself. Only you know what's best for you right now. So when you do what's best for you, it definitely helps in those times that the darkness is overwhelming, your past is overwhelming, the things that you had to go through is overwhelming, So balancing your light and your dark is a skill that comes over time, after you've already experienced a lot of both. And it's really just it's literally a balancing act of realizing, okay, I'm falling into my darkness a little too much. Let me find ways to make myself feel better. It's that simple. It's not, it might sound simple. It does take a lot of self-awareness. But after you get that self-awareness down, you'll catch yourself more often. You'll be there for yourself more often. You won't crash out as hard. Your crash out will be like you in a bumper car instead of you just into the wall, It's all love, everybody. That's why I speak. I hope that, you know, this stuff helps. I know people go through a lot, and even just hearing something that might help you manage it better, something that might help you manage it better, you know, that's all I'm trying to do here. So it's all love, everyone. Balancing your light and your dark. I'm out.